So Ludwig has finally responded to the criticism about his whole burial cart event. It's taken him about, I believe, two streams to kind of just get all his thoughts on the whole situation and kind of just wrap everything in a nice little bow so he could finally move on with his content. If you didn't know, Ludwig had hosted an event where he invited a ton of streamers and a ton of his friends to an event where they would drink alcohol and play Mario Kart. The problem was at this event, another friend of Ludwig named Mango kind of got a little out of hand, a little out of control, and drank a little too much for his own good. After drinking a lot of alcohol, Mango began to just get a little too handsy with some of the people at the event. And there have been some clips of him going around actually just being a little too, you know, friendly with some of the girls, let's just say that. And it just didn't look good for Mango or Ludwig or just the event entirely. And a lot of the criticisms came out of that kind of like interaction with Mango and like all these other people at the event.
We didn't talk about before.
You were gonna give me a full shot? That's fine.
Is it like good?
No.
Like we have something or no?
No, it's good. It's good.
Okay. Mango,
Mango,
what
the
are you
fuck
doing?
Are you doing?
See, we're not drunk, guys.
Yeah, we're not drunk.
But Mango, on the other hand,
No.
he's humping toes.
No.
End the stream! End it!
End the stream, Mango says.
End the stream!
Once everything kind of like settled down, the next day, Mango released a series of tweets going over a lot of what happened and kind of just talking about the shame and kind of the regret he felt for what he did that night and a lot of the just negligence he had towards that night and just wants to like, apologize for what he did and how he acted during that event. In terms of Mango, the drama is pretty much already said and done with. Like, he already released a ton of statements on Twitter talking about his stance and what he's gonna do and how he feels bad about what happened that night. He released a whole bunch of statements on Twitter about it. If you want to know more about that, you can check out my previous video on the subject. But besides that, he already received such a big backlash after all the clips that came out that night. For example, he's no longer on Cloud9. That's an organization he was working for. He can no longer come back to Ludwig's events. He's no longer on Twitch. He got banned. And even some Smash events, he's not even allowed to participate in because of all the drama that circulated that night. So for anyone who's been following the drama since it started, it's been abundantly clear that Mango has taken accountability for what he's done that night, and he's on his path to redemption to kind of better himself and do what he needs to do to kind of come back from this. But there's one person that has yet to really take any accountability whatsoever, and that person is Ludwig.
That's dangerous! Let's up those numbers!
As I said earlier, Ludwig has been commenting on the situation over the past couple of days, and we're going to take a look at some of the newer statements he said on stream and kind of give him my thoughts on the whole situation.
Chat, there are going to be a lot more drama heads today, okay? I won't lie about it. It is what it is. But in this world, we can only control the things we can control, and I can't control my reputation. I can't control the way people feel about me.
So right off the bat, Ludwig says he can't control his reputation. And I don't know why he thinks that. I'm pretty sure you can. I don't know in what world does anyone have like zero control over their reputation. It's pretty obvious that you have some sort of agency towards your reputation and you can control how people perceive you outside the internet and on the internet. It's just that after this whole situation, people see him in a negative light and don't really understand why he's acting the way he is, especially towards Mango, one of his, better friends that he's been friends with for years now.
Now, I did talk to Mango, actually. I talked to Mango. He reached out. We talked a bit. And I have some thoughts and opinions that I thought about speaking, but he asked of me to not speak on it. And I think that's a fair request. He said, I want to take it on the chin. I think the drama is dying out. He's spending time with his kid. He started day one of not drinking yesterday, which is dope. And like, I think genuinely there's a perception of Mango that people have in their mind, but they don't actually care about him. I don't think they'll be in his stream when he's back to streaming in a month or whenever it is.
Yeah, I don't know why Ludwig necessarily brought that up. It's not really important that whether or not people have a deep connection with someone who's in need of help. It was pretty clear Mango needed some sort of like stability or someone to really lean on in that situation, and there was no one. So that's where a lot of the criticism is coming from. Let's just say, for this example, you see a lost kid at a park. I'm pretty sure 99% of people will go out of their way to help this kid, even if they don't know them. Like, this isn't rocket science or anything like that. I'm pretty sure most people would help other people if the help they needed is in reason. And like I said earlier, Mango needed help and it was in reason for you to help him, but for whatever reason, you just decided to skirt all accountability towards that night.
And like, he was messaging me. He was like, Tectone followed me. Who the fuck is Tectone? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's not a very genuine pursuit of the people who speak on Mango's behalf. And I know that because I speak to Mango, because I am still friends with him. And I banned him from my events because I felt I had to, because my girlfriend and my girlfriend's best friend Maya are in my room at 2 a.m. telling me that they felt really uncomfortable at my own event.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but it didn't look like Ludwig was a friend to Mango that night. And when he says, yeah, me and Mango still talk and we're still friends, I just have like just a feeling that there has to be like some sort of bad blood between them. Because in that entire situation, it didn't look like Ludwig was trying to be a friend to Mango and say this was a moment of weakness for him and he's trying to, you know, repent and to become a better person. In that entire situation, he just said, yeah, Mango's his own person and I had nothing to do with it.
I think a lot of people want me to take accountability. I think I said my piece on it. And I think if people don't fuck with me, that's totally chill. And if anyone in here don't fuck with me, I think that's totally chill. I actually don't mind that. I can't control that aspect. I don't need to be liked by people, but it is what it is. I don't understand necessarily why Twitch banned Mango and not me. I don't even know if I necessarily agree with it. I think it'd be fine if Twitch banned me. But I'm not Twitch. I'm not going to personally ban myself. I don't think it's my responsibility. I think my responsibility is to just like fucking keep trudging through life because the world keeps spinning and it doesn't stop. And like deal with Mango in a personal way, but it doesn't need to be public, especially if that's his desire, right? Especially if that's what he asks.
I mean, you stream the entire thing and Mango already made a whole bunch of statements on it. Not to mention you made videos and statements on it. So I don't know like what the point of saying like I don't want to make it any more public. It's already public. I don't know what to tell you.
So anyway, that's basically it. And that is what it is, bro. And I actually genuinely have no ill will towards any drama channel who makes videos. Like, I think it is a hustle. It is a career that they have made. They speak on any drama for 20 minutes and they move on. I think the actual care about the things they talk about factor is very small. But like, that's fine. You know, it's like, it's a hustle. I don't fuck with any of them in the sense that I don't watch them. When I'm in bed, I watch 3 things, okay? I watch Northern Lion streams, I watch One Piece, the anime, and I watch the Dodgers baseball team. That's pretty much it. It's not my main pursuit. But I understand drama pays the bills quite well. You make a video 20 minutes every day about some shit you can talk about, get a couple 100,000 views. That's an easy life. That's a good life.
I don't know why Ludwig keeps trying to paint people as if they don't genuinely care about the situation. I mean, are there people in this vast sea of people talking about the situation that don't really care and just wants to dunk on Ludwig or whatever? Yeah, there are probably people, but I mean, most people genuinely felt some sort of like way about how that entire situation went down, especially since he's your friend and how you just kind of wiped your hands of the whole situation and walked away. So people did feel some type of way and felt like you didn't help Mango in his time of need. I'm pretty sure that's it for that stream, but Ludwig did talk about the situation again a couple of hours later, and we're gonna take a look at that one.
I'm bummed at how he's handling the current situation. I don't actually really understand how I could handle it better. I honestly think the biggest mistake I made is I said, if someone asked me if I feel guilty and I said no. And I think that was my biggest mistake, was saying that. And I do regret saying that. And I was thinking, do I feel guilty about banning? But I feel guilty about the situation happening. I think that was honestly like my biggest fuck up.
Okay, we have some sort of character development here. That's pretty much what people have been asking for since the beginning, is just you taking some accountability for what happened. Now, we're not saying you need to take all the accountability, but we just wanted you to acknowledge that, hey, the situation could have been done better, and it is kind of regrettable how it turned out.
But I like, there's no point, I think, in like trying to appease people who aren't even in the situation, you know? It don't really help me. It doesn't even help them. Like, I'm thinking about it from my perspective. When I get mad at someone because I'm into some drama, there's really no apology you can do. I just want to be fucking mad at them for a while and chat shit on them. So I think it's the same here. But, you know, I think however people feel is fine. Drama leeches are annoying. I think it's fine. I think it's like, I totally understand it. I understand why it exists, and I understand why people watch it. And I have no, oh my God, this Leon is nasty. I have no desire to, I don't know, like be viewed in a more positive light.
I mean, it's kind of funny how Ludwig keeps talking about people covering the drama and like how he doesn't do it, but like if other people want to do it, they can do it. And it kind of just feels weird coming out of his mouth, especially when he had a whole channel not too long ago dedicated to covering drama and him weighing in on various situations about drama, making like a whole bunch of like money and stuff off of it. It just feels a little weird coming out of his mouth to kind of talk about drama leeches and drama frogs and all this other stuff when he literally was living that lifestyle not too long ago. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, okay, bro, whatever.
If that makes sense. I've been really back on my stoicism arc, and that shit's kind of enlightening. I have no enemies. Yeah, actually. But like if you truly believe that at your core, then it even means people who might say things that you find like untruthful or disingenuous or whatever. It's like, because it's just not something I can control. So why bother to try to control it? And I think I crack too much. So I think I need to go back. I'm in it for the long haul. I also think on the flip side, you do not have to be in it for the long haul. I think you should just be in it if you think what I make is something that like appeals to you, you know? And if that ever switches, then you should not watch. I think that's fine. I'm cool with that. Now, luckily for all of you, Tip to Tip 2 will happen. So I think all of you are into that shit. So I at least got you for one more year. Are you going to TwitchCon? I will be going to TwitchCon. I think I'm a featured creator. I don't know what that means, candidly, but I think I like am supposed to do a panel or something. I'm not rage baiting. I just wish he would say he shouldn't have had Mango at the event. I think we should have cut off Mango way earlier. I think I shouldn't have done the breathalyzers. That was dumb. I don't think the breathalyzers were legitimate. I think people like saying 0.32 is near death are not being very genuine, because it's just not. Doug literally said in the clip about breathalyzers. So I think that's like, I don't feel like it's very sincere when people say that, but it still is dumb to have. And it was dumb to like cheer being more drunk. I regret that. But I don't know. I had him at 2 other Burial Card events and there's no problem. So it's, I think I just didn't realize how bad it was. I wish I had realized, but I just didn't. And I don't know how I would have. I think I might have just been too ignorant.
Okay, we have some more character development for Ludwig. That's good to see. I will say hindsight is 2020, because whether or not the breathalyzers were accurate doesn't really mean much in the grand scheme of things. Literally, Ludwig says that he invited Mango to 2 other events that were just like the Burial Card event, and nothing happened. So that tells me at this event, he drank more than what he was used to. And that's why we got into this situation we're in now. So the breathalyzers being accurate doesn't really mean much, at least to me.
But I also think some people talk about Mango like he's dead. He's gonna be back. I think, like, I really hope his sobriety goes well. He's gonna be back. He's gonna be better than ever. I truly think that. Like, I really, truly believe that. Like, he'll be healthier. He'll be happier. Like, I truly think, you know, if he's sober for like a year, he'll be leading such a better life. People talk about him like his career's over and his life is over. It's just not true. But, you know, that's a time will tell.
I do agree Mango could come back from this. It's not like his career is completely gone. He could definitely come back and still stream and be okay. It's just that he has to be mindful about how he acts and his relationship with alcohol. But besides that, yeah, I do think he could come back to streaming. I'm pretty sure that's it. I don't think Ludwig talks about the situation any more than this. And I just want to give my final thoughts on the entire situation. I'm just glad Ludwig took some accountability for what happened that night. And I'm pretty sure that's what most people were asking for in this entire situation. They weren't asking for Ludwig to take all the accountability, they were just asking for him to take some accountability. I mean, it was his party. He did invite Mango. That's pretty much all they were asking for. And I think that's gonna do it for today's video. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you didn't, hopefully the next video is more your cup of tea. And I hope you have a great day.